back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Vanessa. You can call me V, you can call me Nessie, Nessa, whatever you want. This is probably going to be a long one, I'm not going to lie, because I have never followed anyone's tutorial to a T without skipping fast forward. So this is actually something that I'm going to attempt to follow properly and actually do letter by letter. So I suggest you grab your quarantine snacks, grab yourself a coffee, a cup of tea, some water, get comfortable. We can go through this struggle together and hope for the best. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and click on the notification bell so you never miss a single one of my uploads. You can join my lovely family of Huns. So the first thing that he does is he starts off with the concealer, and it looks quite light. So starts off and he brings it, oh that's quite a lot, I'm just going to add a bit there, and I spread that out and he drags it right down to there. I'm just going to repeat the step on the other side as well. This is so bizarre. And then bridge of my nose, and he does the forehead as well. I didn't actually see him prep the skin or anything in the video, so I'm assuming that he doesn't add any primer or anything, which to be honest I don't normally do. So let's do this before it dries out. Also on my chin, and I think that's it. Right guys, so next thing he does is he then brings it a little bit inside. What the hell am I doing? Next thing he does is he blends that out with a tapered blending brush. So I'm going to go ahead and just pat that into the skin. That's what I can see that he's doing on here. By the way, if I keep looking down, I'm trying to watch it as well. So he just blends that in. I feel like I'm gonna look ashy because this is not feeling right to me, Lord. Let's blend that out, and then when he gets to the nose contour, he like feathers it out.
Just a little bit so that everybody can see this. And and you can do this on yourself, which is very easy, is blend it up this way, see?
My face feels so dry. I feel like I'm brushing chalk off a board because... And if you guys did actually see the tutorial, I feel like he was using actual paint brushes on her face. Obviously he did, he is a painter, well an artist, painter? And I feel like he was using obviously some of that and using actual paint brushes to do some of the parts. So it doesn't actually look like he blended out the nose contour, so I'm gonna leave that for now. And then he goes straight into doing his contour all over the neck, which I'm not gonna do because, bitch, I do not have time for that today, and I'm not wearing a low cut top, so I think it shouldn't. Right, so the next thing he does is he starts to contour the face and carve out that bottom jawline. I'm not really sure what he used, to be honest, but it does look like it is liquid. So normally when I do my own contour, I will normally start off from where the jawline is, but he's going just under. So I'm going to go in with my YSL concealer, and this is in the colour 7. So he starts off from there.
Oh, you named this look?
Yeah, it's called Snatchural.
Snatchural.
Now I never cream contour on myself, just because, like I said before, like I hate when my makeup just takes me so long to do. Oh, we forgot to blend this out. And then he does it on the hollows of the cheeks as well. Because I don't have the little paintbrush that he used to blend that out, I'm just going to go in with this brush as well. I look like I have a beard. I'm just going to have faith and hope that this looks alright. If you comment down below at this very moment and let me know how you guys think this is going to turn out, because at the moment I'm not really having faith. I don't know whether I'm not doing it right, but it just looks slightly patchy. And then I'm just going to use the excess, no I'm not. So I'm going to add like a tiny little bit on my forehead. And I'm just gonna blend that in. That's what he's doing, and he sweeps. Can you guys hear how dry that sounds? And then he does tightly blend it. We gotta fix that. Oh my days. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and blend out this nose contour because it actually looks like he's blended this out. So, and then he's doing the nose. Get that straight. That is not straight. And this side as well. Ta-da! Oh, that's not straight either. Oh, and he brings that to a tip as well, actually.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into.
Then he actually does a lot of contouring and bronzing down here, but obviously I don't have a low cut top. I'm not going to do that because that's just, what I will do though is I will bronze down here.
I like to hear. And we're gonna use a little bit of lighter foundation. And then depending on what lighting we're doing, or what the AD is using for lighting, it will determine what I do for foundation. This is where people really mess up with contouring. They over contour and then they drag all this brown into the nose.
That's what I feel like I'm doing. And he adds some extra contour up on the upper lip, on top of the lip. And then he goes in with just, I think it's a brush, it's actually got nothing on it, and just blends that all together. So I'm going to do the same thing and just blend that all in. And then at this point he goes in with the foundation, and I'm just going to be using my NARS and I'm in the colour Syracuse, and just fill in the gaps. Next thing he's doing is going in with a cream blush, which I do not have. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of lipstick, and I think that should probably work. And I'm just using MAC in Mare. And I'm just going to take a little bit on this blusher brush. And just adding that to the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm wondering when we are going to blend out this nose contour, because I feel like it's going to be so hard to blend out in a minute. I think that's alright. Right? Next thing he does is he goes in with a bit of powder under the eyes, and I'm just taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder on a tapered brush. Oh, and he's blended out the nose contour, lovely. Off camera, didn't see that. So I'm just going to take this brush again on the rest of the face and patting in some of that powder and setting the rest of the face. Next he's going in with a load of highlighters. Now I'm conflicted on which one to use. Just looking at the colours that he had in his, there was a bit of like reddy tones, whether to use this one or this one, which has a few more similar shades. And I'm going to go in with this one, and basically what he does is he takes a big fan brush. Oh, out of focus. Focus, bitch. Yes. Then we're taking this fan brush as well. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to dip it into all the colours here and hope for the best. And do you know what? It's actually not looking that bad at the moment. The only thing I can say is my face doesn't feel moisturized, and I don't know whether that's because I didn't use enough cream before, but I think it's because I'm just so used to using like my damp beauty blender and So let's see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead and apply this highlighter. Actually, on second thoughts, I'm going to go in with this little blusher brush, not blusher brush, sorry, this highlighting brush. This is my Ride or Die. That's because the brush that he is using is a little bit more dense and fluffy, and I think I could probably achieve the same thing with this one. So what he does is he just puts it just where the light would normally hit. So I'm going to do the same and just dip into everything. Oh my gosh.
They actually had sent me some stuff.
And just apply that where the light would normally hit, which at this point is like here. And I think from what I can see, puts it on the bottom here. He's doing all this highlighting all over the chest, which I'm going to do to bring up that clavicle bitch.
Now watch, because we have all this on there, we're just putting a little bit of highlighter, bronzer situation. Look at that.
And I'm just going to take the Sleek Trio palette, and I'm just going to take these two and kind of mix it all in, and just bronze.
Look at that. I just want to show you 2 strokes. Yeah. This is with just a little bit of powder. It's beveled so that you can work with the curves of this brush. I created this so that you guys could not think about it. I hate when that looks like there's a stripe. So let's toast the edges.
Now I can't tell if he's actually gone ahead and done her eyebrows. I think he has, but they look like they're very natural. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine really quickly. And then after that I'm going to move on to the lips. So yes, let's do this. It looks like he's done a really natural eyebrow, which I'm going to do as well. That is how you do brows in 2 minutes. Right, and then the next step he does is he goes ahead and starts to line her lip. And for this, I'm going to be using my broken MAC pencil, and this is in the color, I literally use it all the time, Chestnut. Give it a quick sharpen. Now I'm going to go ahead and line my lip. And then he slightly overlines the top, I think.
Oh, I'm so cheesy. Okay, now this is important. Tip alert. You know what I'm doing? Going out to the edge. Not taking it and out into the edge.
Oh, this is like makeup for...
Then he goes in with like a metallic-y kind of gloss, I think. I've literally watched this tutorial like twice. This will be my 3rd time. And to be honest, I have a short attention span, so I think this will probably be the first time where I'm watching it and trying to pay attention, because I'm trying to do it as close as I can, guys. So if some of the things that I'm doing are not completely right, I'm so sorry, but I have tried my best to follow this as best as I could. And then, so I'm just going to go in with my Fenty Gloss Bomb, which is on its last legs. And then on top of that, to make that a little bit more metallic-y, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution. It's like a lip topper, and to be honest, I don't know what colour this is in. It's called Luxurious, and this has got a little bit more of a metallic-y situation going on. So then he does this like...
Going out to the edge. Not taking it
fluffing
and out into the edge.
Type
This is like makeup
situation.
One and
That
two
looks so
and out
pretty.
and two.
Flipped it out. That should do. Next thing he goes and does is he adds a bit of highlighter under the chin, which is bizarre to me. I'm going to use something a little bit more shimmery on second thoughts, and I'm just going to go in with my ABH Glow Kit. I think he used something different in there, so I'm going to be using basically all the shades. And just kind of dip in in everything, and then he takes it and kind of flicks it into the jawline. Actually, he takes a little bit of a denser brush. So I'm going to go in with this brush, which I normally use to contour, and this shouldn't have too much powder on it, but if it does, doesn't matter because we contoured there anyway. So I'm going to just do the same thing and just flick some of that highlighter in there lightly. I'm trying not to add too much pressure on there because I don't want it to just be concentrated on one area, so lightly. Not sure what this does, but we'll see. I don't know if you guys can see a difference when I did that. But yeah, that's that part done. So far, honestly, it does look really good. Like my skin looks so flawless. It literally looks airbrushed. Next thing he does, actually he's only just done the eyebrows, so I was a step ahead with that one. Is his doing the eyes. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the similar colours, so I'm just going to do that now, and I'm just going to be using the ABH Soft Glam palette to do this. So I'm going to go in with Sienna, and I'm taking this Morphe M322 brush and tapping a bit of that excess off. Now, I don't know whether he actually primed the lid first.
It's sharp. Like this is a sharp. You can draw it using a brush.
Right, so I didn't actually see him prime the lids beforehand, so I'm going to go with a tiny little bit of concealer on my. I'm assuming he did this off camera because the colour payoff from what he used looked really good. I'm not too sure where that black thing has come from, but we're going to leave it there. So back to where we were, I'm going to go in with Sienna on my crease and just blend that out. Now he starts off by making like a dome shape. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different on the eyes, I'm not going to lie. It'll be similar, but I'm not going to do exactly exactly what he did. I will try use the same colours on there, just because I don't really want this to be about the eye look. I want it to be about the overall face. So yeah, so I'm just going to blend that out and lightly start to feather it out, keeping it in that kind of dome shape. Then I'm going to take a fluffier blending brush just to kind of tie that all together. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my NYX blush as well and start to work that into my lid to make it a little bit more pinky, I think. I literally have no idea where I'm going with this eye look. I'm just trying to have a little bit of faith and I hope that it looks alright. Let's see. I think that should be alright. So I'm just going to take the same brush again and just circling. Now this blush is very pigmented, so you want to not, if you are going to use this, try not to use too much at once because... So I'm just starting to flick that out ever so slightly. And then I'm going to take the Morphe Y16 and then just to blend that out at the top, I'm going to go in with orange soda and just slightly start to blend that in. Next thing, I'm just taking my flat blending brush, and this is just one that I got from one of my Urban Decay palettes, but I absolutely love using this side to add any shimmer shadows and pat on any colour as well. So I'm just going to take Rose Pink. I'm going to take that and pat that into my lids with a little bit of tempera mixed in there as well. So Rose Pink and tempera. That should be that one and that one. Then I'm just going to take the Y16 the Y16 brush again and just smooth out those edges and just blend it all in. And then on the edge of the eye, again, I'm just going to take a little bit of Sultry mixed with Sienna and just buff that in to the corners. Right, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Next thing he does is he just goes ahead and repeats the same process, and at the bottom, which I'm going to do as well, he takes a little bit of a flat brush to kind of add that to the bottom, and I'm just going to go in with Dusty Pink. I'm going to go in with my blush as well as Sienna, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom of my eyelid.
I do my makeup one way, and then when you have somebody else do.
And I think I skipped a few steps. I can see she has a bit of highlighter on the tip of her nose, so I'm going to do that as well. And just put it where the light would normally hit, just here, and a little bit up here as well. And then to finish off the eyes, he goes back in with a little bit of foils on there. So what I'm going to do is to intensify the colour, because I went in with a flat brush before. I'm going to use my finger to get a little bit more colour payoff. I'm going to go back in with rose pink and just dab that on. As you can see, it adds a little bit more colour. Look at me talking like I know what I'm actually on about. I had no idea where I was going with this eye look, but I'm glad it's come out really simple, and it's something that I think everyone can probably do. It was just, I literally used 3 brushes for it. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye and just pat that in with my finger. So it goes back in with a darker shade on the water, not the waterline, as the wing, on the wing. So this is just this 263 angled brush from MAC. I'm gonna go in with Sienna and just do the same. Right, so I've done that and it looks pretty alright, I think the eyes do. So next thing I'm gonna do is just gonna add a little bit of mascara on my eyelashes, of course. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some false eyelashes on, because that's the next step, and I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. But I'm actually pretty impressed with how it came up, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning when I was looking half dead and casket ready, I didn't know whether this was going to work out for me, whether I did it wrong, but in all honesty, like looking at this skin so far, it looks airbrushed. I don't know how it looks on camera. You guys let me know what you think and how you think it looks, and if it's something that you would kind of incorporate into your everyday routine. Comment down below while I zoop off and put on my eyelashes. So guys, this is me back. So I did my mascara off camera and I added some false eyelashes as well, and I also darkened like my lower lash line, because that's what he did in the video. He didn't add any setting spray, which is bizarre to me, but if I'm being entirely honest, like I honestly, like, I did see obviously the finished result that he had on Tati, that he had.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they will never understand.
Pleasantly surprised. It's quite funny when you're following someone else's techniques. You're obviously so used to your routine and how you would do your face, but it's been a really fun tutorial to do, and I probably would want to do something like this again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys managed to get through all your snacks, because this has been so long. Yes, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in my next video.